And it's 1st and 10.
Special teams again, not starting off not good for the Tarpons on special teams.
Yeah, the old stat is, boy, when you get a kick blocked, it's awfully hard to win the ball game. We'll see if the Tarpons could hammer back against that math here.
See if the Tarpons try and take a shot right here.
1st and 10, ball on the right hash. Mack drops back, shoots it down the field. It's caught across midfield. There's a blue boot bomb to number 3, Pierce. A little pass down the middle of the field and a really good pitch and catch. Good call, Brian. You said they were coming with a shot play, and guess what? They hit it.
Good route by Pearson, a nice throw by Mack, and offensive line gave him plenty of time to throw the football.
So the Tarpons hit a blue boot bomb. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Gator 40-yard line. Petrie and Jarvis shuffling around the personnel. Play action. Mack will shoot it to the sideline. Incomplete. Intended for Jarvis. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the line just has to hold up right there a little bit more. I think Mack threw the ball a little bit quicker than what he wanted to. He had some blocking down the field, but he had to rush that throw just a little.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for South Lafourche at the 40-yard line. Mack with Dardar, trips to the left side of the formation. BJ Young will run in there and direct some traffic. I thought he was running in calling a timeout. Just getting the personnel situated. It's a bootleg. Mack rolling out, shoots it to the sideline. Jarvis catches it. Be shoved out of bounds near the 35-yard line. And, boy, Gator collided with someone down there. Hopefully they're okay. But it'll be a gain of about 5, bring up 3rd and 5.
That was a good catch by Jarvis.
Yes, it was.
Mack had some mustard on that ball.
Yeah, he made a really good grab there, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for South Lafourche. 8:38 to go in the opening quarter. 7-0 Gators. If you're just tuning in, they blocked a punt for a score. Trips to the left. Hard count. They don't flinch. Gotta think this is 4-down territory for the Tarps. Mack gets the snap. Shoots it down the middle to Jarvis. Works up the field. He's got a Golden Motors 1st down. Just dives right across the sticks. Good heady play there by Jarvis. He knew where the sticks were, and he knew as soon as he crossed the sticks, just dive to the ground.
Yeah, great route. He knew exactly where to go.
Gator coaching staff is not
Not happy up here.
It'll be 1st and 10 for South Lafourche at the 28-yard line, approaching the Absolute Fitness red zone. Tarpons looking to answer that score. Empty set for Mack. Now Petrie in motion. There's the snap. It's a screen. They'll throw it to Jarvis. He's got a lot of room. Jarvis gets across the 20, stacked up and near the sticks. Boy, good job by Jarvis showing his strength there. Lowering his shoulder near the sticks. He might have another Golden Motors 1st down. Oh, yeah, he got it. They're going to move the chains. That is a Golden Motors 1st down. Nice pitch and catch on the screen there, and the Tarpons are in the Absolute Fitness red zone.
Great execution by the Tarpons right there on that screen pass. Wide open and positive 1st down.
1st and 10 for South Lafourche. Timeout by Aaron Babin. So Coach Babin sees something he don't like with 7:40 to go in the opening quarter. 7-0 Gators. We'll keep it right here, Brian. South Lafourche trying to answer the early mishap on special teams. For listening tonight on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Strong side of the field will be to the right. Tarpons have all the receivers on the left side of the field. Now Petrie in motion. Throw it backwards to Petrie. Petrie will look to throw. Now he's going to look to run. Gets up the field. He's going to lose yardage. They were trying to wheel that one back around to Mac, and the Gators were all over it. They watched their film from last week, and a good job by Terrence there, just taking what he could get. Ooh, no, watching the back on replay, Terrence had Andravian Hughes wide open in the end zone. Oh, man, yeah. They're going to watch that one on film study. Dre was wide open. So 2nd down and 13 now. 7:04 to go in the opening quarter. Mack in the gun. Petrie goes from the right side of the formation to the left. It's the snap. Hands it to Dardar. Dardar gets across the 20. Oh, he's just tripped up. He gets to about the 17, 18-yard line area, but boy, just a shoestring tackle gets him to the turf.
Yeah, he was close to breaking that one. Not a Tarpons in a 3rd and long situation.
If there is any good news, though, you got 2 plays to get 10 yards. You can't kick a field goal from here. Trips to the left side of the field. That's the strong side of the field. At the end of this play, you would think it would probably be the hydration break with 6:15 and counting. Let's see. Mack gets the snap, shoots it down the middle, caught by Jarvis, and it's a 1st down. Another good pitch and catch to Landon Jarvis. He gets to the 6-yard line, and it's a Golden Motors 1st down. And you know what, Brian? That was a big enough one. We'll go ahead and say that one was a blue boot bomb, too.
Yeah, again, good route by the receivers, and Max on target right now. The Gators are going to have to do something. They're going to have to come up and maybe jam these receivers a little bit. And if they do that, then the Tarpons can take shots down the field.
I'm always nervous about these hydration breaks because sometimes they're a little shorter than others. And with the Tarpons in the Absolute Fitness Red Zone, we'll keep it here one more time.
Shrinks a little bit. So let's see if the Tarpons are just going to try and couple downs here and punch the ball in on a run play.
Got 2 in the backfield with Mack. That's Hughes and Dardar. Mack gets the snap. He hands it to Hughes on a little sweep run. He cuts inside, driving near the goal line. I don't think he got in, but boy, he got real close. Marked down at about the 1, maybe the 2. So, boy, when you're at the 6 and it's 1st and goal and you could get from the 6 to the 2, you'll take that. You did more than half of the work.
Hughes did a great job of planting that foot and turning right up the field with a burst of energy and almost got that offensive line to push him in.
2nd and goal, 5:30 and counting in the opening quarter. 7-0 Gators. The Tarpons, I think, are coming with their under center look here. I think this is going to be Dardar up the middle, the first one through. It's an I-form set. Dardar first, Jarvis second. It's going to be Dardar up the middle, and he didn't get it. He did not get it. He got maybe a little closer, maybe, but he for sure did not score. In this exact situation last week, the Tarpons had a 4th and goal, and they found Petrie on a little pass down the middle. The ball's at about the 1.5-yard line here.
I think Coach Young may just use a timeout here, possibly. No, they're going to go with it. Let's see if they can roll Mack out, maybe on some type of bootleg.
3rd and goal in the I formation. Mack will toss it to Jarvis. Jarvis is going to walk into the end zone. Great job by the Tarpons blocking it there. South Lafourche goes down the field and answers the Gators score with a touchdown of their own. It's 7-6 pending the try.
Great blocking on the receiver with Pierce. Had that guy in the end zone, did not let him get off that block, allowed the runner to score.
So now South Lafourche will have their kicker out there. That's Yair Torres. To try to tie this game up. Gators are shuffling a guy onto the field late. Jaden Lee, the holder. Snap is a little high. He gets it down. Yair's kick is wobbly, but it's through. So the Tarpons tied. Boy, Jaden Lee did an excellent job there on the hold. It's 7 apiece. 4:35 to go in the opening quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.
We're Rev Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs: reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. Rev Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
South Lafourche goes down the field and scores a touchdown, makes it 7-7, answering the Gators' special team score. Yair Torres will kick it away. The Gators have a couple of guys back there. Yair's kick is a pretty good one. It's going to be fielded by number 5, I believe, working it up the field. And it's going to be stacked up at the 32-yard line. So good kick coverage there from the Tarpons. Brian, you talked about lost yardage and hidden yardage. I think it was number 6 that time, Smith. Tarpons didn't give up too many of the hidden yards there. Did a good job on special teams.
Yeah, it was a very good job. Good kick. They got down there in a hurry and made the tackle, giving the Gators a long field. They got at the 33-yard line.
Breeze Blanchard will lead the Gators out there. They run a pistol-type offense. It's going to be a lot of runs tonight to number 26, Brody Dupre. And on cue, they are in a pistol 4-receiver set with Dupre back there with Breeze Blanchard. It's a big test for the Tarpon front tonight. Blanchard awaiting the snap. He's got it. Inside handoff to Dupre. Picks through the line. He's got a nice gain on first down. Falls across the 40. That's a gain of about 8. So good job by the Gator offensive line there.
Did a huge hole right there on the Tarpon defensive front.
Bring up second and short with 4:08 and counting in the opening quarter. This is the way the Gators want to play. They want to stay ahead of the chains. Game I saw them play against CCA, they could not do that, and it was a big grind for them. Trips to the left, man in motion. That's Diggs. They hand it to Dupre again. Bounces outside. He's hit and stacked up across the 45 to the 47. So that is a South Terrebonne first down.
And on number 26, that's Brody Dupre.
Yeah, right there, the Gators found something on the outside. Dardar came to fill the hole, but the angle wasn't right there. Kind of overran the play just a tad.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for South Terrebonne. I've not seen number 11 out there on the field on the offensive side. That'd be Diggs. They just got him back. 1st and 10 in that pistol. A bunched up trip set. Man in motion. In the backfield is Jare Ricks. They'll hand it to Ricks on a sweep. The Tarpons are there and contain, and that's a tackle for a loss brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation. Looked like Tyrese Edwards was the guy who cleaned that one up. Loss of about 1.
So far, the Gators have come in with a lot of different formations, giving the Tarpons different looks. Tarpons did a great job right there in pursuit, coming up, making it stop behind the line of scrimmage.
Good tackle there on the sweep run. The Trojans got outside on South Lafourche a little bit last week. Now 2nd and 11. It's going to be Ricks again in the backfield with Blanchard. Closed up, pistol set. Everybody on the line of scrimmage. They hand it to Ricks, who's going to be stacked up near the line of scrimmage. He got to about the 50. Gain of about 3, but it's going to be 3rd and long.
Good job by Sawyer Wells, staying home right there, not over pursuing the play.
So the Gators are at midfield, but they've got a long way to go with 2:14 to go in the opening quarter. Do they dare to put it up in the air here with Breeze Blanchard? We'll find out. They got Ricks flanked out in the slot. You figure he maybe will be moving around in motion. Nope. Instead, it's going to be, looks like Bourgeois in motion. Nope. Sorry, that's Pinel, number 9. Looking to throw. It's a screen. It's going to be caught. Dupre stacked up. A really good tackle by number 45 of South Lafourche, Talon Dewey. Short of the first down. And that'll bring up 4th and about 5, and the Gators are going to punt.
The Tarpon defensive line is having a step or two back, and they're actually standing up. They're not in even a stance.
Tarpons are going to need to get off the field in a hurry. They're hustling their punt team out there. It's a fake, and they're going to have to call a timeout because they had about 30 guys on the field. And on 4th and 5, you can't afford that because it would have been an automatic first down. And, Brian, I don't know if you saw what I saw. They snapped it, and guess what? They weren't punting.
Right.
They snapped it to the up back. Just get the feeling that the Gators are going to be maybe thinking about going for this now after the timeout. They had some trickeration on.
Well, what a ball spotted. It's actually about 6 yards, maybe. I don't think 5 would get it. It'd be close, huh?
Yeah, it really that's not halfway. It would be 4th and inches. They still do have the punt team out there. 26, the running back, Dupre, is the up guy. They're going to punt it away, and it is going to be a wobbly kick, but a good one. It's going to bounce inside the 20, and the Gators are going to let it roll inside the 10. Boy, good kick. It's going to roll to about the 5. Outstanding punt that time from Lincoln Dupre. So the Gators do exactly what they want to do. They flip the field, but the Tarpons also do what they want to do. They got to stop with 1:04 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, good job by the Tarpon defense getting the stop. With special teams, we have to get these guys on the field.
Yeah, the timeout there was a little unfortunate, but it was a good timeout because, boy, that sure beats the penalty.
Yeah, you needed it. That's right.
Now the Tarpons are going to get out there at the 3-yard line. They've got to be really careful here, especially when you're a shotgun-heavy offense. You would like a good positive play here on first down to get yourself out of this little hole. It's Dardar with Max standing in the end zone. Mac comes with the hard count. They don't bite. Not a bad idea because if you move early, it's not even really much of a penalty. Play clock down to 10. Mac hands it to Dardar. Big hole across the 10. Golden Motors first down, driving to the 20. Dardar says, hey, Gisler, you asked for a positive play on first down. I'll give you 17. Thank you, Meathead. As a Golden Motors first down.
Good hole on the left side for the Tarpon offense, and Dardar runs hard.
Thanks, State Bank and Trust Company Banking. You can count on member FDIC. Also, Thibodeau Regional Health System, a leader in bringing the latest and best technology to our region. First and 10, ball at the 20. Tarpons have a 4-receiver set. Inside handoff to Dardar. Big hole again. Dives across the 25 to the 26. Gain of about 6.
Look like the same play the Tarpons come with. I think they're going to continue no huddle. They're going to pound it on the Gators right now, keep attacking.
The Gators are like South Lafourche in that they do play a lot of guys 2 ways. South Lafourche does not have to snap it before the end of the quarter if they choose not to, but in the rhythm that they're in, let's see, 8 seconds on the clock. They're approaching the line of scrimmage, second and about 5. 2, 1, they're not going to get it off. So that'll be the end of the first quarter. A good first quarter. Both teams scored a touchdown. Tarpons are outgaining them, but they're not outscoring them just yet. It's 7 apiece. We'll be back with the second quarter in 1 minute on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Brian Kiley, the Tarpons gave up a special team score, went down the field and answered, and now on a drive that started at their own 3, they have dug themselves out of the hole and have worked it up to the 26-yard line to start the second quarter.
I think right here also might be it's a good shot, good time for a shot down the field.
I think you're right, sir. Let's see if that's what B.J. Young has in mind as well. In the gun, inside handoff to Dardar, picking through, falling forward, very minimal gain. So to bring up 3rd and short, they decide to just go ahead and stay ahead of the sticks. 3rd and about 3. Stewart made the tackle for the Gators on the last play. Hughes and Petrie and Pierce are all flanked out to the left, or excuse me, to the right. Jarvis is flanked out to the left. Mack gets the snap, hands it to Dardar. Got a big hole. He's got a first down and more, lowering his shoulder across the 35. That's a Golden Motors first down. And boy, Meathead and that Tarpon offensive line kind of imposing their will in this drive so far.
Yeah, nice job by the Tarpon offensive front. They're getting a good push, big holes for Dardar to run through.
You know that's going to make Coach Ray Plazos happy over there. Trips to the right. They put it in his belly again. Come with the hard count. They flinch, but they don't cross the neutral zone. Mack directing traffic. Play clock down to 10. He's still got plenty time. Now he gets the snap. He hands it to Dardar again. Nice hole again. Dives across the 40. Gain of about 5 more.
Scoreboard update. Thank Reggie Easeman for this update. After 1 quarter, Central Lafourche 15, Thibodeau 0.
That's a spicy scoreboard update there, Mr. E. Thanks so much for sending that one in. 2nd and 5 here in a 7-7 ball game.
Timeout.
Timeout called by the Gators. South Terrebonne trying to figure some things out on the defensive side. That's their second charge timeout. Here because you're having so much success running it. So we'll see. It's 2nd down and 4. Still in the early stages of the second quarter. Mack looking to throw, shoots out to Pierce on a little screen. He's hit, and he's going to drive forward near the original line scrimmage. So actually, good job by Pierce. I thought he was going to lose yards, but he did a good job fighting and getting back to the line.
I like the call, but look, the Gators just made a good play.
Yep. 10 minutes and counting in the opening half. Boy, that Gator defense has been on the field a long time. Their only points came on a blocked punt. And then their opening drive went, I don't know, about 5 or 6 plays. The rest has been South Lafourche out there. 3rd and 4. Mack hands it to Dardar. He's tripped up behind the line. 44 for the Gators. Got him that time. Storm Dupre. Really good defensive play, and I think the Tarpons are going to have to punt this ball. But you get nervous because the last time you punted, they blocked it. Mack. The ball in the left hash, hard count. I think you got to punt this thing, right? I mean, you're inside your own 40. Mack is going to drop back. This is going to be the short punt again. He's going to get it away this time. It's a wobbly kick. That is going to roll. Oh, boy, Josh Mack does a good job there. That one goes out of bounds at the 17-yard line. So it was not aesthetically pleasing. It was not pretty to watch, but it was effective for South Lafourche with the little wobbly kick. And the Gators will have their second possession with 9:01 to go in the second quarter in a tie ball game.
Important here, the Tarpon's got to get another stop.
Yep. Gators are going to bring Breeze Blanchard out there. He's going to be in the gun. He's going to have Dupre with him in that pistol. That's the formation they're going to be in throughout the game. 2 receivers both to the right side of the field. Everybody on the line of scrimmage for the Tarpons. It's a stretch run to Dupre. Tarpons stack him up and sling him across the 20, so he gains about 3. Not a huge gain. I tell you, though, Coach Jeremy Wilson is daring South Terrebonne to throw the ball. Every single South Lafourche defender is about within 4 or 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and the Tarpons, if it's a pass situation, they come in with pressure here.
I mean, look at that. Everybody's on the line. They're in the pistol, 2nd and 7. So now their stretch run to the outside. That's going to be Ricks. He's going to be shoved out after a short gain. Jare Ricks. Little surprised they ran that stretch to the weak side of the field. He didn't have a whole lot of green grass to work with and just kind of stepped out of bounds to bring up 3rd and 3.
A lot of times they like the blocking angles a little better on the short side, but he showed some quickness. The Gators, you're right, but the Gators may want to use some of that quickness getting to the wide side.
Yeah, he's the home run hitter for sure. Dupre's the power back. Ricks is the home run hitter. And Ricks is in the pistol with him this time on 3rd and 3. Blanchard gets the snap, inside handoff. He's stacked up for a loss. Tackle for a loss brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation, number 45 and number 70 for South Lafourche. That's Talon Dewey and Bo Georges.
That's just too much of a slow developing play with the amount of pressure the Tarpons are putting up front.
And the Gators are no doubt going to be punting this one now from their own 20. It's a quick snap. The Tarpons, I think, had 12 on the field. No flag. It's going to roll. Petrie's going to pick it up at the 30. Tarpons were late running a guy off the field. Terrence breaks a tackle, and he's got a big wall now. Across the 40, gets out of bounds at the 50. South Lafourche, boy, I'm surprised Coach Babin is not upset here. The Tarpons were very late running a man off the field there, and he was still on the field when the ball was snapped, unless if they had 10. But Terrence Petrie wasn't aware of that because he went down the field and had a big old return, gets the ball all the way to the 50.
Plenty time, 7:08 to go in the half, and Tarpons around midfield. Great field position.
Yeah, and look, man, I know the score's 7-7. You're outgaining the heck out of them right now. You just got to settle down, finish a drive, try to put it in here. You're in the gun. Empty set, Mack. Looks down the seam, just overshot Jarvis. He had him. That one was incomplete. A little overthrown.
Yeah, good protection again up front.
2nd and 10. I think this one's going to be going into the belly of 21. See if my Tony Romo prognostication is right. Strong side of the field to the right. Gets the snap. Looks to the silence. A bubble screen to Hughes. Hughes tries to bounce outside. He's stacked up near the line of scrimmage. Pretty much no gain. So good tackle by Smith there.
Big 3rd down play for the Tarpons.
Yeah, the Tarpons don't want to squander this great field position. Third and 10, Mack comes with the hard count. Four receiver set. Mack, straight drop. Now goes down under pressure, inside pressure. The Gators drop him to the turf. That's number 0, Lincoln Dupre. And the Tarpons are going to have to punt it away after the heat and humidity break, which will happen right now. So let's go ahead and take the heat and humidity break. It's 7-7 midway through the second quarter. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.
45, they would give it away. Picked up by number 9, but the Gators still on its feet. That's Trey Keenan, 45, was able to put it away. That's how the Dewey stopped by number 2, Greg Hughes.
Tarpons are punting the football. Dewey gets it high in the air, and it's caught by Pino at the 30-yard line, works it across the 35, and he's hitting stacked around the 40-yard line. So good coverage there by the Tarpons. And a much quicker snap there from old Terrence out there, getting it with a little zip to Talon. But the Gators get good field position. 1st and 10 from their own 42 with 5:47 to go in the opening half. Blanchard waiting on the snap. He's going to throw it to the sideline. That's Pino. The Tarpons got to come up and make a tackle. He's across the 50, and he's across the 40, dropped near the 30. Boy, South Lafourche just didn't attack the ball carrier there. A very simple pitch and catch to Trey Pino. And those defensive backs got to come up and close and make a play on the ball, but he just kept working up the field. Out to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, they way too much cushion on the outside for the Tarpons.
In the pistol here. 1st and 10, strong side of the field to the left. Blanchard waiting on the snap. Handed to Dupre off left tackle. Big hole across the 35. Dropped at about the 22. Gain of about 5. Tarpons closed up the hole well.
Tarpons got to be careful here. What the Gators are doing is starting to spread the Tarpons out a little bit. And with the pressure they're putting up the middle, if they get past that line of scrimmage, they may, if their receivers block down the field, they're going to have some big gains.
Almost like what we saw the Tarpons do to Central Lafourche last week. 2nd and 5 from the 22. Blanchard with Dupre. 4 receiver set. Inside handoff to Dupre. Tripped up.
Darrell.
Yep, Darrell Jones made a good shoestring tackle. Gain of about a yard.
And here's a perfect angle we have right here. You saw that wide hole they had. If Darrell doesn't come from that backside,
he's still running. 4:20 and counting. I'll tell you this, Gutierrez for the Gators can make field goals. I don't know if this is in his range. It's 3rd and 4. Blanchard, well, they're going to get the first down on a hard count. South Lafourche jumps off sides. That was Joao Arujo who jumped into the neutral zone, and that is not going to make B.J. Young nor Jeremy Wilson happy. You just got to be better than that. That's one that you can't have happen. You know, it's an obvious hard count situation. You got to watch the ball there. So now the Gators are in the red zone with 4:06 and counting.
And the Gators are going to slow the tempo down a little right here.
Yeah, they know the Tarpons are getting the ball to start the 3rd quarter. They don't want to give them a chance to double up. Dupre and Blanchard in a closed-up pistol set. Man in motion is Ricks. Play action. Blanchard shoots it down the middle. He's got a man wide open. It's Gutierrez. Tarpons got beat. Took the top off of the defense there. That was a wide open pitch and catch. The Gators saw the Tarpons defense drawn in and hit them. Blanchard to Gutierrez, and the Gators take the lead, 13-7. Good play call there from the Gators.
They just lulled the Tarpons to sleep with the run. Everybody came up, and good route, good pitch and catch from the Gators.
And real good eye candy faking the sweep to Ricks. Kind of drawing him in even more. Gutierrez just made the touchdown. Now he's got to make the extra point. They're coming with a swinging gate. He's going to cut in as Pinel, and he's in. That's just a numbers game there. South Terrebonne liked the numbers that they had, and they get a 15-7 lead. Tarpons are going to try to answer before the half. You're listening to the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Yeah, they won the toss and they deferred.
Number 23, Gutierrez again. Kick off.
Gutierrez will be kicking it away. He, of course, is the guy who caught the touchdown pass on the last drive. They were saying in the homecoming court festivities that he is a soccer player with aspirations to play collegiately. And that's why. But that's a pretty good kick towards the sideline, but that's going out of bounds. So the Tarpons will get good field position at the 35. So a little bit of an error there.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's what Coach Babin wanted, but 3:42. Tarpons have a lot of time.
Yep, it's a big 3:42, no doubt. You got to try to answer.
So Lafourche starter just take over at the 35.
Mack and Meathead will be in that gun.
3:42 left in the first half.
With 5:28 left in the second quarter, Central Lafourche 22, Thibodeau 7.
Whew.
Thanks, Coach E.
Surprising result there. 4 receiver sets for the Tarpons here. Mack, straight drop, has time, shoots it down the seam. Caught by Jarvis. Thought he had dropped it, but then he brought it in on the tip, and he's out across the 43. That's a Golden Motors first down, and that's a blue boot bomb across midfield.
Yeah, that's a good concentration to finish that catch by Jarvis.
Kind of popped off his shoulder pad a little bit up in the air, and then he secured it the second time. And then he did a good job holding on the sideline because they were trying to rip it out. Gators are bringing a lot of defensive attention to Terrence Petrie, as you would expect, and that's creating opportunities for Jarvis in the first half. Tarpons are already across midfield. Mack looks to the sideline. Play clock down to 10. Down to 5. Got a boogie. They are all on the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. Hands it to Dardar on a stretch run, and he's going to lose a lot of yards. Back on the other side of midfield, Lincoln Dupre got him there.
No, that should be a flag.
What did you see? I didn't see it.
After the whistle, almost a punch thrown. They were pushing back and forth.
We saw enough of that last week. They're going to give Dardar forward progress to the 49, so they are still on the plus side of midfield, but it's second and long. The officials. Well, there is a flag on the field at the 27-yard line. See it down there? So, yep, there is a marker down there. Is that where your skirmish took place?
It was on the outside.
It's a big call here because the Tarpons just lost 7 yards on a run. We have dead ball, personal foul on South Terrebonne. Wow.
And look, there was pushing back and forth, but the Gator player didn't quit. I think that's a good call by the official.
So the Tarpons will have the negative run negated, and a 15-yard penalty will keep them working down the field. At the 36, 3:06 to go in the opening half. I know one thing that's going to make BJ happy is that the Tarpons have some timeouts to play with. That has been something that they've struggled with this season, but they do still have 2 in their pocket. The officials are sorting something out. I don't know what the discussion is. 15 yards from the end of the run, and I think the white hat official said automatic first down, but I think that it's not. I think that it's going to be second and short. Nope, never mind. They're moving the chains. My apologies. Golden Motors first down. In high school, some personal fouls are automatic first down. Some are not. I guess late hit would constitute as one that's an automatic first down. And by the way, rightfully so. Tarpons are at the 34. You've not had a whole lot of penalty luck going your way this season. Boy, you would really like to take advantage of this break that the Gators have given you. Now we got some confusion again. What's going on here?
Oh.
Whitehat's going to talk to BJ Young. I'm sure BJ Young's going to just be thrilled.
Personal foul against the Gators. 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage.
There's 3:06 to go. BJ is giving some instructions to his offense. Now they're going to get on the ball. And the clock will roll. 3:04 and counting in the opening half. 1st and 10 for South Lafourche after the penalty. Mack will hand it to Dardar. Dardar picking through, falling across the 30. So gain of about 5.
Good push again up front for the Tarpons.
Yeah, Meathead, boy, I would like to see the tally. Meathead's probably got a good 50, 60 yards rushing here in the first half. He's had a good half. Tarpons at the 29, 2:33 and counting. As Brian said a second ago, the Gators are getting the third quarter kickoff, so it makes it paramount here that South Lafourche tries to score.
Look for Hughes at the top.
They're going to give it to Dardar again, and he gets very little. Pretty much no gain that time. .208 and counting. Tarpons are about to play a third and about 5. You got 2 plays to get it, but the clock is becoming a little bit of a nuisance with 1:55 and counting. And BJ is going to call his second timeout. So the Tarpons are going to try to get their best play called here. BJ will call his second timeout at the half.
Are you searching for the next best thing for your finances? At Synergy Bank, we have everything you've been searching for in a community bank. Stop by to visit our friendly team at Synergy locations near you or anytime online at synergybank.com. Member FDIC.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar, go from 0 to 100. That's why Rev is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to Rev. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Look for the Gators to come with some pressure up here, and the Tarpons can pop one.
They got home on Mack earlier in the game on a third down. Let's see here, 3rd and 5. They look to the sidelines after the hard count, 1:50 to go in the opening half. Mack with Dardar. Mack will roll out to the right. Looks for Jarvis, and boy, they jumped the route. It falls incomplete. Good defensive play that time by number 4, Warren Walker. He was almost running the route for Jarvis that time.
Yeah, good route and good, just a better defensive play right there. They jumped that route.
And now what do you do? 4th and 5. The Tarpons all year long in these situations have been getting the ball to one. Well, one has been hawked like a blanket here. The Gators have been shading several guys his way. There's trips to the right side of the formation. The ball is on the right center hash. 4th and 5 for South Lafourche. Mack has a little time, shoots it deep down the field, and he overthrew everyone. Petrie thought he got held. The ball was overthrown, and the Gators will take over on downs with 1:40 to go in the opening half. Big stop by South Terrebonne.
Yeah, Petrie had a little step on him, but again, give the Gators credit. They very physical with Petrie up front, and it slowed him down a little bit in that route, threw off the timing of it.
So now it puts a ton of pressure on South Lafourche's defense. Boy, you give up a score before half, you were in a world of hurt going to the second half. They have shown a willingness to throw it on the last drive. Tarpons shuffle their 11th player onto the field late. Blanchard will shoot it deep down the field. Incomplete. Intended for Pino. He was open. But it's overthrown. Now, if you're Coach Babin, you got to be careful. You don't want to run into the same situation the Tarpons had last weekend where you try to get aggressive, throw a bunch of incompletions, and give the ball back to your
The
opponent.
Gators had two guys behind the defensive back of the Tarpons.
Pinell from the 29-yard line. I think this is going to be an inside run right here. And if they get something, they'll go on the ball. If not, they'll be very conservative. There's the snap. It's a toss to Diggs. Or to Ricks. And Ricks has a big hole across the 40. He's tackled by Rest Due. Stayed in bounds at the 49-yard line. And that was a huge tackle from Rest because, boy, Ricks could have broken that one. He had a lot of green grass.
Yeah, great angle by Due to tackle Ricks at midfield.
The clock runs, 1:20 and counting. The Gators are hurrying up. They have one timeout. Blanchard, straight drop. He's going to throw it as far as he can down the field. Petrie's there, and it's incomplete. Terrence was there. There was not a chance that one was going to get caught. It was intended for Smith. And you're right, Brian. That was very good coverage there from Terrence. Clock stops with 1:09 to go.
If you're the Gators here, you want to be a little aggressive, but you also you got to make sure it's a high percentage play here.
Yeah, you don't want to get strip sacked or throw a pick or anything like that. I'm trying one on a sweep here. He's flanked out in the slot. There in the pistol. Blanchard, play action, rolls out. In pursuit are the Tarpons. He shoots it to the sideline. Pinell dropped it. Incomplete. It would have been a tough catch on the sideline, but he did get a fingertip on it, and it'll be 3rd and 10 with a minute to go.
I'm Coach Babin. I come with that same play, but I tell my quarterback to just tuck it and run.
Yeah, he did have some green grass, didn't he?
Now, in a situation where the Tarpons have one timeout, they get a stop here. They can maybe call a timeout and get the ball back.
At midfield, can the Tarpons get that stop? Rick's going to the left side of the formation,
Timeout.
and Coach Babin will call a timeout. Just before delay a game, he calls his final timeout. So that becomes a factor now. If they do get the first down, they're now out of timeouts. We'll keep it right here. Let's go ahead and thank the Blue Boot Foundation, driving awareness to childhood drowning, make a difference. Terrebonne General Health System and the Community Sports Institute. GIS, putting people first. Joe Septic, on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for all your fencing and septic needs. The Gin Gators, go give Travis Terrebonne and his crew a holler today. They have been all over the place this storm season, taking care of people in our area. PMC Insurance, what'd you call your guy there? Philly boy?
Philly C. Philly C.
Shawbear is ready to take care of all of your insurance needs. We thank them all so much for their support of Tarpon Athletics here.
Also want to thank one of our sponsors for tonight, Broussard Automotive. They're sponsoring games with Terrebonne Parish Schools involved. Go ahead and visit Broussard Automotive in Homer. Mention Casey, you heard it right here on the radio, you get 10% off.
There you go. 3rd and 10. 1 minute exactly to go. The Gators are now out of timeouts. Blanchard sending Ricks in motion.
That's a penalty.
Yeah, he was going forward on the snap. They throw it out there. He makes a man miss, cutting inside. The Tarpons stack him up short of the first down. The clock will run. You're right, Brian. That should have been a penalty. He was going forward at the snap. 45 seconds and counting. I think the Gators are actually going to punt this ball, which is a little surprising on 4th and 2. They're snapping this to Dupree, and he's running. I don't buy this for a second.
Well, they got time, but they snapped this ball 20 seconds.
I don't buy that they're punting this ball for a second. Oh, high snap, and he gets it away. So I stand corrected. It is going to bounce at the 17-yard line, roll inside the 10, and I think the Tarpons from there will take a knee with 13 seconds to go in the half. So good punt there from Dupree. I thought for sure they were going to snap it to 26, Brody Dupree on 4th and short, but the Gators decide, you know what, we're satisfied. We're getting the ball to start the 3rd quarter. And BJ and the crew are already in their victory formation. We're going to take this thing to the half after this play.
Yeah, it's not much you can do. The ball's your 5-yard line. Just go to half.
Mack will go ahead and take the snap. There it is. He takes the knee. The Gators have no means to stop the clock. So our halftime score, South Terrebonne 15, South Lafourche 7. Luke, let's go ahead and take a 3-minute break. When we get back, we'll start our halftime show with the Gators up by 8 on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.
Chris's Specialty Foods has been making Cajun meat products for over 30 years. Here at Chris's, we do the prep work so you can be the hero at your house. We have expanded to 4 locations and now serve home-cooked hot plate lunches at our new Highland location. It takes a lot of technology to keep us running. We use Rev Business and have all 4 of their services. If you have multiple locations, Rev is the perfect partner for your point of sale and telephone. Rev Business is authentic Louisiana, just like Chris's.
Are you searching for the next best thing for your finances? At Synergy Bank, we have everything you've been searching for in a community bank. Stop by to visit our friendly team at Synergy locations near you or anytime online at synergybank.com. Member FDIC.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why Rev is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to Rev. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Are you searching for the next best thing for your finances? At Synergy Bank, we have everything you've been searching for in a community bank. Stop by to visit our friendly team at Synergy locations near you or anytime online at synergybank.com. Member FDIC.
Chris's Specialty Foods has been making Cajun meat products for over 30 years. Here at Chris's, we do the prep work so you can be the hero at your house. We have expanded to 4 locations and now serve home-cooked hot plate lunches at our new Highland location. It takes a lot of technology to keep us running. We use Rev Business and have all 4 of their services. If you have multiple locations, Rev is the perfect partner for your point of sale and telephone. Rev Business is authentic Louisiana, just like Chris's.
And we'll be playing ball in just a second here from the swamp. Tell you what, it is still a little bit sobering to see all the modular buildings and everything, and just to think that they're not still back in their campus here at South Terrebonne. I know they're making do with what they got. And one good piece of good news, they did get a big win earlier this season when they were able to get back into their gymnasium. So basketball games and everything this year will be back here, which is great. But for as bad as we had it down the bayou, there are some folks that had it worse, including these Gators. Boy, they and Ellen, they're both still not on their campus.
It just takes time, and hopefully they'll get it.
The good news here,
soon.
the good news here is the word on the street is their campus is salvageable. They're going to move back into their campus. The problem with Ellender is they're rebuilding. They're going to have to flatten it and start over, and that's certainly an unfortunate thing. Third quarter about to start. Torres, this kickoff will be brought to you by PMC Insurance.
Philly C.
Yep, kicking from right to left on your radio dial. If you're listening to us on the radio tonight on ESPN 100.3 or 102.7 FM or 1600 AM. Torres with the ball on the tee. Tarpon's down 8. Got to play a good second half.
Gators coming to reverse or something.
There's the kick. It's a really good one from Torres. It'll be fielded at the 15-yard line. Working straight up the field is Pinel. Pinel going to be stacked up near the 34 and dropped. So not bad kick coverage there. Return of about 18 yards.
That's a good job. They kept the outside contained, forced Pinel back on the inside.
So the Gators will play 1st and 10 from their own 34, and that's where Breeze Blanchard will lead his troops back out onto the field. It is a little weird being in this press box. Of all press boxes, we're in first off, it's a beautiful press box. Lots of room, real nice. But it's insulated. We don't have any access to any noise. And for those listening to us tonight, it probably sounds like we're calling the game from the shower because that our voices are just echoing around the room. 1st and 10. Rick's in the backfield with Blanchard. Now Ricks will flank out to the right. Man in motion. It's going to be a sweep run to the outside. The Tarpons are going to give up a pretty nice gain of about 10. Good run that time. That is number 9, Pinel. So he returns the kick, and he gets a sweep on 1st down to go ahead and get a 1st down on 1st down.
That time the Gators just came on an overload to the right side. Tarpons didn't adjust. They had the Tarpons outnumbered.
So an unbalanced line and a gain of 11. Last year, Trey Pinel was the quarterback for South Terrebonne. He played because Breeze Blanchard – well, I'm sorry. He played and then got injured. Breeze Blanchard finished the year and then just kind of kept the job. 1st and 10. Blanchard will hand it to Ricks off the right side. The Tarpons hit him near midfield. He's still driving. Talon Dewey's going to force him down, but another nice 1st down gain.
That time they showed the overload to the left. They came back to the right side.
It'll be 2nd and 3. I know Coach Babin is an offensive guy, but I don't know that he necessarily calls the plays per se for the Gators, but he's got to be pleased with the first couple of them here to start the quarter. And a bunched up shotgun set, strong side of the field to the left. Blanchard will hand it to Ricks. Turn in the corner. He's got a 1st down. Not a huge gain, but he does have a 1st down across the 45 to about the 41. Old Terrence finished the play.
3 plays in a row, they attacking the Tarpon left side of the defense.
See if the Tarpons could stiffen that up. 1st and 10 from the Tarpon 41. Jeremy Wilson getting his guys together, trying to get a big stop in plus territory. You don't want to go behind 2 scores. Blanchard sending a man in motion. Going to hand it to
Counter.
Dupree off the left side on a counter, and that's going to be a tackle for a loss brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation. Jones and Dewey on the stop. That time he loses a yard. Good job by the Tarpon defense, not biting the cheese.
Yeah, nice job by Darrell Jones up there. Just holding his ground, not much room to run.
So second and a long 10. He lost about a half a yard.
See if they come back to their right side again.
They have Jare Ricks in the backfield with Blanchard. Tarpon's showing a blitz. They're going to hand it off on a little draw play to Ricks. He gets across the 40, not much, maybe a gain of about 2. So good job by the middle of the defense that time, setting up a 3rd and 8.
Big play early on here in the second half.
No doubt about it, my friend.
See if they go with a hard count. The Tarpons is showing pressure.
9:40 and counting in the third quarter. 3rd and 8 for the Gators. Blanchard in that pistol with Dupree. Straight drop. Going to throw it down the field to Gutierrez, and he makes an adjustment on the ball, but Petrie's there incomplete. Good coverage by Terrence. 4th down and 8, and the Gators have been pinning them back all night, and it looks like they're going to try to do that again.
Kind of thought the Gators were trying to run the ball, maybe get in a 4th and short situation and maybe go for it.
Again, they do have their running back as the up back there, so you got to be careful. They do snap it to Dupree. It's a wobbly punt. Will bounce at the 20. Boy, roll into the end zone.
Yep.
It will. So the Tarpons catch a break there, and they'll play 1st and 10 from the 20. Scoreboard update. Bunkie leads Central Catholic 19-3 at the half. Coach Ron Case's little message to me says, hey, Bunkie is really good. And yes, they are, Coach. They are a 3A powerhouse.
Tarpon defense did their job.
Yep. At the half, we were saying you got to get a stop. Well, check. You got to stop. Now you start at your own 20. Josh Mack leads the troops out. Empty shotgun set. Mack waiting on the snap. Gets it. Going to shoot it down the seam to Jarvis, and he's got it. There's a Golden Motors 1st down.
Pierce.
Oh, that's Pierce. My apologies. And it is going to be a blue boot bomb and a Golden Motors 1st down. Good call there, boss. That was definitely Pierce. To the 37-yard line. So a good 1st down play after the stop. Let's see if the Tarpons could build on the momentum. Meathead now in the backfield with Mack. Boy, nearly got him to go into the neutral zone that time. That was number 44. Dupree almost jumped. Tarpons gathered themselves again. 7 seconds on the play clock. Mack going to hand it to Dardar. Going to dive across the 40 or right at the 40. Short gain. Diggs on the stop. Number 11. So 2nd and 7 coming up for South Lafourche.
We were talking at halftime, but Hughes, it's time.
Yeah. I think he's a little underutilized right now in the Tarpon offense, man. You got to get him involved. He's flanked all the way out to the right. He's your speed threat. Petrie in motion in the slot. Now he's in the backfield. They're going to give it to Dardar. Big hole. Driving across midfield. That's a Golden Motors 1st down. That works too. Just blow him off the ball. Little extracurricular after the play. No flags are thrown, but a little pushing and shoving. You just see how much attention they're paying to Petrie. When he's in motion, everybody's paying attention to him. It opened up those running lanes there. Dardar was able to get a big gain. I think Meathead's flirting with 100 yards tonight, boss. He's had a lot of really good carries today. Tarpon's in plus territory at the 48. 1st and 10. Hard count. They don't bite. Play clock down to 7. Mack making checks. Got to hurry. Down to 3. Down to 2. Got to hurry. They're going to just get it off. Mack drops back. Steps up looking to run. He's got a lot of green grass. Golden Motors 1st down and more. He'll slide at the 35. So Josh Mack will run and pick up about 13 yards, and there's a Golden Motors first down. Mack showed some speed there, boy. Got up the field.
Yeah, it was a nice job. He tucked it and just ran. And a good job sliding, not taking an unnecessary hit.
Jaden Daniels needs to learn how to do that over in Washington. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Tarpon's on the move, trying to get closer or maybe even tie it up. Strong side of the field to the left. Mack hands it to Dardar. Nice hole. Driving across the 30, across the 25. That's a gain of about 8 or 9 on the run. Don't you just feel like that Tarpon offensive line starting to wear them out a little bit? They are starting to find something running the football.
And Dardar's doing a good job of hitting the hole and exploding through that line of scrimmage.
The Gator coaching staff to our right is not happy. 2nd down and 2. Ball at the 25. 6:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. Mack hands it to Dardar, picking through the line. He's got a Golden Motors first down. Falls at the 21. Needed 2, got 4. So there's another first down. And that's probably going to bring us to the hydration timeout.
Yeah, they'll wait for the timeout.
6:07 and counting. I am tired of getting fooled by the hydration break, so we're not going to take the break with him. We're going to keep it here. Brian, or they're going to just not give it to him. The Tarpons are going to run a play. Meathead up the middle, driving across the 20, gets stopped at the 15. So the Tarpons are in the absolute fitness red zone, and I guess we've decided that, there it is. So now's the heat and humidity break with 5:52 to go in the 3rd. We'll keep it right here.
Plays already, so let's slow down, regroup here.
2 backs in the backfield. It's Hughes and Dardar. Dardar is flanked out. They'll hand it to Hughes off right tackle, cuts in. He'll fall forward near the sticks, picks up about 4. So Dre picks up a nice gain on 2nd down, and it'll bring up 3rd and short.
Tarpons have to be smart here.
3rd and 1, 5:28 and counting in the 3rd quarter. That same 2-back set. Meathead goes in motion. They hand it to Hughes. Big hole inside the 10, drop near the 5. That's a Golden Motors first down for Andravian Hughes. Do you do it again here?
Yes.
Ball at the 6-yard line. Meathead's gaining yards and Dravian gaining yards. 5 minutes and counting in the 3rd quarter. A 3rd quarter that the Tarpons have been in control of so far, though they have not gotten any closer on the scoreboard. 2-back shotgun set. Mack in the gun. This time it's Hughes flanked out. They give it to Meathead inside the 5, driving. He didn't get in, but he's at about the 3. So you got about half of it from the 6 to the 3. .425 and counting in the 3rd. The Tarpons are going to be under center, I think. Nope, they're staying in the gun. Mack Gets the snap, hands it to Dardar. He's stacked up, but he falls forward near the goal line.
Inside the one.
They're going to put him, just inside the one. Number 11, Diggs for the Gators, made a touchdown-saving tackle. I'm quarterback sneaking 9 here. The ball is inside the 1-yard line, 3:50 to go. Then this is going to be a quarterback sneak. They're coming under center. Let's see if they give him the old tush push. Mack is driving, and I think he's in.
He's in.
So South Lafourche will get a touchdown run from Josh Mack, and it's 13-15. The Tarpons are going to probably try to go for 2 to try to tie it up here. It was an obvious play call for us there. You get it to the 1, you just go ahead and tush push there. They push Mack into the end zone. The Tarpons now will be from the 3 trying to convert the try.
They're going to pass this one in.
They got a couple of receivers to the right side of the field. Mack will pitch it out to Hughes. He's going to walk in. They burned him there. Play action to Dardar. They pitch it to Hughes. They burned him. Nobody was there. He could have crawled into the end zone. It's 15-15. Big Blue has tied it up. 3:38 to go. We'll be back in a minute on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Tarpons get a stop to start the third quarter, then go straight down the field 80 yards and score and get the 2-point conversion. Mack on the touchdown, Hughes on the 2-point conversion. It's 15-15 with 3:38 to go in the third. Yair Torres kicks it away towards the sidelines. Be caught by Ricks, who's going to be hitting near the 30 and stacked up. So a good job by the Tarpon kick team there.
Yeah, that was good. Good coverage once again for the Tarpons. He caught the ball at 20, only a 10-yard return. That was a good job.
And pretty good placement there from Yair. A lot of air under. Lets his guys go down there. You just get the feeling, Brian, I know it's a tie game, 3:30 to go in the third quarter, a lot of game left. You just get the feeling this is a big drive for South Terrebonne's offense. Their defense has been on the field a lot in this game.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. If they don't get a big drive right here together, that defense has to come right back on the field, especially after just giving up an 80-yard drive.
Yeah, you remember they got a score on a blocked punt, and some of their drives have been a little shorter. The Tarpons certainly are winning time of possession. Blanchard in the pistol with Dupre. Hands it to Dupre, and he's stacked up for a loss. Sawyer Wells drops him, 2-yard loss. Tackle for a loss brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation. Georgia's, my apologies. So Bo Georgia stacks him up on the other side of the 30 to bring up 2nd and 11. Now in these pass situations, you got to find 9 and 23. Those are the guys they like to throw it to. Blanchard in that pistol. Tarpon still have everybody on the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. Handed to Dupre. Georges hits him. He's trying to bounce outside. He's going to be hit from behind and dropped. School of Tarpons fly to the ball there. 44. That is Tucker Dautin, Darrell Jones. Good pursuit. And, Brian, it's fun to see those white jerseys flying to the ball there.
Yeah, they're feeling themselves right now. They come with a lot of pressure.
3rd and 14. The Gators got to get to the 40-yard line. They're at their own 26. The Tarpons are trying not to give up a big play. You got to watch for a screen here. The Gators love to do those. It is going to be a straight drop. Blanchard under pressure. He's dropped at the 15. Another tackle for a loss by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation. All three of those were for you, Terry. The Tarpons are going to force a punt. Hard to count out the guy who got the sack, but the whole defensive line pretty much got the sack there. They were all in pursuit of Blanchard and dropped them.
Yeah, great job of the Tarpon front right here.
Quick snap and a punt from Dupre. He's going to bounce at the 40. Petrie's going to let it roll. The Tarpons will take over at about the 46-yard line. So, South Lafourche now with 1:35 to go in the third are going to be in possession of the football, trying to go down the field and take the lead.
Nice job of the Tarpon defense. Look, they came out the first 2 plays of the half. They give up an 11-yard run, or 3 plays, 11, 7, and a 7-yard run. After that, they kind of shut the Gators down.
So at the 46, let's see if they keep gnawing away. They've been running the football, trying to wear them down. They had great success to start the third quarter. Man in motion is Hughes. They'll hand it to him on a sweep. It's a flea flicker back to Mack. Mack will set his feet, and that's way underthrown. And coming back to the ball, not able to make the play is Pierce. And we got a scuffle going on. I don't see any flags. BJ Young is not happy. Boy, how do we have all that and then nobody gets flagged? Tarpons came with a flea flicker. The timing was busted up. And the officials are going to tell both teams to go and take a little 30-second timeout. I'll say this. I rather this, what we're seeing right here, than the obligatory or offsetting penalties type of thing. This is, to me, more effective. Let them go to their coaches, get a little coaching, and we'll play a 2nd and 10.
Now they're going to talk to probably each head coach here.
Yeah, let them know, hey, we're not putting up with it anymore.
Talking to Coach Babb, and I'm not sure. I don't see any flags on the play.
Yeah, there were no flags. They told both teams to just kind of go to their respective corners, and I think that now both head coaches are getting a warning. Hey, it's a district rivalry. It's getting chippy. We're now going to tighten the noose a little bit here. It's going to be very tight. No more foolishness. See the white hat official has a big old grin. Aaron Babin popping a couple of jokes with him. Now BJ's going to get the same explanation. Now, for a Tarpon team that has struggled to keep their composure at times this year, you've been warned.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you've been given your chance. You've been warned. Let's see if they could play through it here with 1:27 to go in the third. Second and 10 after the flea flicker play. Mack and Dardar in the gun. Hughes in motion from the left side of the formation to the right.
Not sure why the clock started.
Yeah, I don't know why either. It shouldn't have. It was an incomplete pass. Anyway, they handed to Dardar. Big hole. Driving across the 50. He's stacked up and will be dropped at about the 48. So a good 2nd down gain. We'll bring up 3rd and medium. Gain of 6 for Meathead. For any South Terrebonne fans wondering, who the heck is Meathead? That is Landon Dardar, junior running back. He wants to be called Meathead, y'all. We're not insulting him. Trips to the right on 3rd and 4. Mack looking to the sideline. 13 seconds on the play clock, 43 seconds in the third quarter clock. Mack gets the snap. Shoots it to the middle hole. It's nearly intercepted. He was trying to go on a slant to Hughes, and number 4, Warren Walker for South Terrebonne, read that one like a book. Fortunately for the Tarpons, it fell incomplete, but boy, great coverage there from Walker. And the Tarpons are at least going to show that they're keeping the offense out there. We know Max sometimes drops back and punts. Let's see if South Lafourche tries to flip the field like the Gators did. Or are they going to just go for it? Gets the snap, they're going for it. Looking to throw, shoots it down the middle. Boy, there's got a lot of contact there. And there's the flag. Yeah, they wrapped up Pierce. That's a good call by the officials. He had his arm hooked around his waist. And that is going to be pass interference. Pierce needs to get back in the huddle, though. He's getting a little chirpy. So the flag is at the 24-yard line. This is going to be a Golden Motors first down via penalty, and it'll keep the drive alive.
Yeah, good call by the official.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he had him wrapped up. Tarpons approaching the absolute fitness red zone. Goodness, how far are they walking this thing off? It's not a spot foul in high school. Yeah, there's no way the ball's going to be where they're putting it right now. Yeah, they're going to have – the last line of scrimmage was at like the 45-yard line. That ball's going to be at about the 30. They were making it a spot foul. Yeah, no.
We're at the 38, 15-yard penalty.
They put it at the 33, which basically the Tarpons were at the 48, so that's good enforcement. They got it right. 26 seconds to go in the third. The Tarpons have a chance to make this the final play of the quarter if they choose. Hand off to Dardar. Nice hole across the 30. Lowering his shoulder, falling at the 25. Gain of about 8. Brian, if I'm BJ Young right now, I'm putting 4 fingers in the air. I'm telling my guys, get over here. I'm getting them fired up because you have just won this third quarter. And that's exactly what they're doing. Big Blue is playing well in the second half. They've reversed an 8-point halftime deficit into a tie game. We got 12 minutes to go. It's South Lafourche on the move when we get back here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. We'll be back in a minute.
We're Rev Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs: reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. Rev Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
There's no other way to put it. South Lafourche dominated that third quarter. Now, if they play the fourth quarter like they did the third, they're going to get their first win of the season.
Yeah. They dominated the third quarter, and the Gators ran like 9 plays.
9 plays. The Tarpons have run much more than that. Now, can you finish a drive? It'll be 2nd and 2. It's been a heavy dose of meathead here in the second half, and rightfully so. He has been running through them. Ball right at the 25-yard line, just outside of the absolute fitness red zone. We had a nail-biter and a heartbreaker last week. It's going to be a heartbreaker for somebody tonight. The Tarpons are hoping that they come out on the winning end of it this time. 2nd and 2. Hughes will be in the backfield with Mack. Tarpons now going left to right. They hand it to Dre. Dre will pick through the line and will fall forward and get a first down. Gain of 4. I just like him as a changeup, Brian. He does a good job hitting the hole. And the Tarpons get a first down now, a yard away from the Absolute Fitness red zone.
Pierce split out wide.
Yeah, almost out of bounds. All the Tarpon receivers to the left are flanked way out. Oh, a high snap over everybody's head. Mack will fall on it, and my goodness, what a terrible time for that. At least the Tarpons get the ball back, but man, you could not have picked a worse time to have that happen. He falls on it at the 39-yard line, and now it's going to be 2nd and a mile.
And good job by Mack not hanging his head after that. He went and covered the football right away.
2nd and 28 now at the 39.
See if Collie could get himself together. He's been so good all year. Put this one right on the numbers. There you go. Good snap. Mack shoots it down the middle. Incomplete. It was intended for Jarvis. I think he might have picked the wrong receiver. It looked like Hughes had a step. There was some traffic there on Jarvis. $10:46 to go. Let's do the math. They're at the 39. They've got to get to the 12, so that's 3rd and 27. I'll say this. You don't have to get 27.
No, you get 10, 15 yards right here, then you give yourself a shot at 4th down.
Yeah, just give yourself a hope and a prayer on 4th down. Mack throws it as far as he can down the field to Hugh, or to the Petrie rather, and it's incomplete. Overshot. Petrie had a shot at it, but it was just a little overthrown, and I think the Tarpons might punt this ball. Which, I'll be honest with you, Brian, I think that's a good idea. You're not getting 27 yards.
No, and the way your defense is playing the second half, go ahead and punt the ball right here and see if you can get another stop.
But you got to get the snap to do it. You got to execute this. This has been a little bit of a problem for the Tarpons this year. Waiting on the snap. It's high. Dewey gets it. He's going to kick it away, gets it away somehow. And it's going to be a fire drill, and it takes a gator roll. My goodness, that didn't work out for South Lafourche. It's down to the 38-yard line or so. So you really didn't do much there to flip the field whatsoever. But you avoided the disaster of it going over his head or getting it blocked. But we said at halftime, that third phase, the Gators are winning that third phase tonight.
Well, I mean, look, the defense is playing well enough right now.
Yep. 1st and 10, Blanchard with Dupre in the backfield, sending Ricks in motion. Inside handoff. My goodness, the Tarpons swallowed them up. The defensive line came through there. Everybody got through. 70, Bo Georges is the guy who got the tackle, but everybody got penetration there. It's a loss of about 4. Tackle for a loss brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation.
The Gators are going to have to try and come with some wide receiver screens. There's just too much penetration from the Tarpon front right here.
2nd and 14, inside of 10 minutes to go now in regulation. Blanchard. Sending the man in motion, that's Pinell. They've now got trips to the weak side of the formation. That's the left side of the formation. And the Tarpons, I thought they jumped off sides. They didn't give it to them. That's a delay of game. The clock's down to 0. Nope, they'll give them the timeout. So they tried with the hard count, didn't get it, and then they call the timeout as the play clock grinds down to 0. So Coach Babin and his staff get the timeout with 9:45 to go.
That timeout could be costly later in this quarter.
Yes, sir. Out of the timeout. The Gators will play a 2nd and 14. Do they try for a shot play here? They've been getting stuffed in the middle. Do they try to throw one deep down the field here? Blanchard, play action, rolling out. He's under pressure, throws it as far as he can, but he's just under way too much pressure. Tarpon's had 2 guys in his face. That's Georges and then also number 12, Joao Araujo. And whether the receivers were open or not, it didn't matter. He didn't have any time to throw the football, so it falls incomplete. And looking at the replay, there was coverage there anyway.
Yeah, look, the defensive backs did a good job for the Tarpons. He had great coverage.
I'm expecting a safe 3rd down call from the Gators here. Maybe a screen, maybe a sweep run. I don't think they'll get too aggressive with the way that they're blocking right now. Let's see. 3rd and 14. They've got to get to the 49. Blanchard will throw it as far as he can. He's got a receiver open, and it's overthrown by just a millimeter. The Tarpons catch a break there. They got behind the defense, and it was overthrown by a whisker. And it'll be 4th down. Man, South Lafourche caught a break there. And it'll lead to a punting situation.
Tarpons got to be ready. They come quick.
Yeah, they do snap this ball quick on the punt. There it is. Dupre kicks it away. A lot of hang time. It'll bounce at the 20. Terrence will actually get under this one. Reversing his field, trying to find a wall. He gets back across the 20, turning the corner and shoved out of bounds at the 27. So that a boy, T. Saving that. Brian Kelly always says hidden yardage. He just picked up 12 yards of hidden yardage right there. With 9:19 to go. This has been a defensive struggle. Tarpons at their own 29-yard line. I am not overcomplicating this. I'm giving them a steady diet of 21 on this drive. He has been really good. 1st and 10. Here is the handoff to Meathead. He doesn't have a whole lot on that play. Falls forward for a gain of about 2.5, maybe 3.
A good 1st down play.
We know that E.D. White is winning big over Ellender tonight. Hanville leading Terrebonne 21-14 at the half. That was the last score we got there.
10:04 left to go in the game. It's Central Lafourche 36-14 over Thibodeau.
Wow, man. The Trojans looking good. 2nd and 8 here. Man in motion. Inside handoff. Dardar stacked up. Another short gain, but it's going to create a 3rd and medium. If not outright 3rd and long. It's going to be 3rd and about 6.5, 7 yards here for the Tarps. BJ is usually so good at dialing up these types of plays. Can he hit them one time? Number 1 is usually Mag's guy. He's in the slot on the right side. Today, Jarvis has gotten a lot of traction. He's at the tight end spot. They nearly jumped off sides there.
That's close.
And the Tarpons, I think, are going to have to call a timeout. Play clock down to 2-1, and BJ will call the timeout. The officials threw the flag, said delay a game, but no, they got the timeout.
Yeah, Coach Young was right about an official. That's a timeout.
We'll keep it with you guys here with 7:59 to go. It'll be 3rd down and about 6 for South Lafourche. They've got to get to the 39-yard line. They're in the gun, strong side of the field to the right.
They Pierce one at the top.
Yes, sir. Max got the snap. Under a little pressure, flushed out off his back foot, throws it down the field to the sideline. So, good pressure on Mac creates a punt situation for South Lafourche. The Tarpons are keeping the offense on the field. There is no chance they'll go for this. This is going to be the number 9 punting the ball special. The Gators blocked one of these, so you got to be careful. Come with the hard count. They got him to jump. Oh, my goodness. So now, Brian, from 4th and 6, you go to 4th and 1. There was no chance they were going to snap that ball. Now, do you consider, given your woes and your struggles punting the ball, do you consider giving it to Meathead here and trying to pick up this 1st down? It is 4th and 1, a whole yard, 7:53 to go. You are in your own territory. BJ, will he be the riverboat gambler here?
It wouldn't shock me if he goes for it.
The Tarpons do not have a great punting situation. 4th and 1. They're handing it to Dardar. I don't think he got it. He did not get it. He lost the yard there. And South Terrebonne is going to get golden field position to try to retake the lead with 7:47 to go. Give the Gator defense a ton of credit there. They stiffened up. And now it's up to the Tarpon defense to try to make a play. I know everybody's going to be yelling and screaming at the call, but Brian, the last time you punted, you flipped the field, 8 yards, 9 yards? So it's not the worst idea in the world, but boy, you didn't execute it, and now your defense is in no man's land with their backs against the wall. Trips to the left side of the field. Blanchard with Dupre. Play action. Shoots it down the field. Incomplete. Overshot everybody there. Was intended for Ricks, and it fell incomplete. Good coverage down the field and great pressure again on Blanchard.
And look, going back to that 4th down call, that's when you look at your defensive coordinator. Look, you guys have been playing super defense this second half. And I'm sure Coach Wilson looked at Coach Young and says, let's go. Let's go for it. Let's go try to win the game here.
The Gators at the Tarpon 38 after an incompletion. It'll be 2nd and 10.
I'm a little surprised that the Gators here are not trying to play for a field goal.
Ricks is in the backfield. They're in that pistol again. They hand it to Ricks, picking through the line, just not much, man. The Tarpon's middle has been stout. Maybe got a yard. And they're not even going to give him that. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 10. 7:25 and counting. Remember in the pregame, Brian, when we said, hey, you got gray hairs on your head because of this rivalry? Well, we weren't lying to you. I was talking to Mike Barber earlier today. He said, I have gotten years taken off of my life playing you guys. 3rd and 10. Blanchard will hand it off on a sweep run, trying to turn the corner. And doing so and getting a 1st down is Gutierrez.
No flag.
No flag on the hit, but boy, there's a flag on the taunt at the end. Yep. Gutierrez get the 1st down signal right in the face of the Tarpon defender. They're going to get the 1st down, but they're going to lose all of the yardage that they gained on the foolish penalty. Coach Babin's not happy. We saw it clear as day. I mean, he signaled 1st down literally right in the face of the Tarpon player. This is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct all day long on green. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on 23. So you do get the 1st down, but boy, you lose all the yardage. It'll be 1st and 10. Now from the 40. And Brian, that's just another one of those situations where, oh yeah, you see him do it on Saturday and Sunday. Well, you're You're not allowed to do it here on Friday. There's no reason to do that.
Look, and they called it last week.
Yeah.
I'm glad they be consistent. That's all you can ask for. And you have to know you can't do those things.
And a good job by the Tarpon defender not retaliating, because, yes, he did go right up into his face and made the first down signal.
And the Tarpon defender ran away from him.
Yep. You think that they've run some sprints this week in practice after last week? They got the sticks 1st and 12. Yeah, that's not right. It'll be 1st and 10. That's a good job there. They got that right. So we'll be 1st and 10 from the 40. And it basically is just almost like a do-over of the sequence that you had after the stop.
But it kills your momentum.
Yep, no doubt. Blanchard will look to throw. Under pressure from the inside, shoots it deep down the field. Incomplete. Pass was intended for Smith. Terrence Petrie was on the coverage, and it falls incomplete. Tell you what, Terrence has played one heck of a game at cornerback tonight. He has been all over.
The Gators are trying to get the ball to their athletes, and Tarpon defender's doing a decent job right here. That was a great job by Terrence.
It was a misdirection play that got them the first down the last time. Let's see what they come with here on 2nd and 10. Dupre and Ricks are both in the backfield with Blanchard. There's the snap. They hand it to Ricks, trying to bounce outside.
Trouble.
He has to reverse his field. He's going to be stacked up on the other side of the 45, still driving. And he gets just a 2-yard loss out of it when he could have lost 6 or 7, but the Tarpons were all over that play. And that tackle for loss is brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation. Third and 13 for the Gators. 6:20 to go. The clock, look at that. The clocks are perfectly synced up. I don't know if it would be a delay of game or the humidity break, to be honest with you. The Gators, I don't think are going to risk it. I think they're going to try to run a play here. Play clock down to 1. They just get it off. Play action. Shooting it down the seam. Intercepted by Petrie. How far is he going to run? 40. Makes a man miss, driving across midfield. Gets free. Trying to bounce outside. There's a flag on the play. That's going to be an illegal block on South Lafourche, but it won't matter because Terrence interception is going to stand. They shot it down the middle of the field, and Terrence Petrie hauled it down and made a big play. And a late flag. I think a unsportsmanlike conduct has just been called on Aaron Babin. He's been riding the officials since the penalty that was called on the 3rd down play that they converted. Aaron's going to watch it on. Aaron's about to get thrown out of the game. He's going nuts. Aaron's going to watch that penalty back on film, and he's going to see that his guy was in the wrong on that play. So it's going to be a hold on South Lafourche on the return, and then it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct foul on Coach Babin. And he was, no. PA says personal foul on South Lafourche. That is not the case. Dead ball and sportsmanlike conduct or sideline warning. So it might not cost them any yardage, but they're going to get a warning there. The interception will now go back to the 40.
Central Lafourche 36, Thibodeau 21, 6:42 to go. Thanks, Reggie.
Absolutely. We thank Coach E for that. And we are super glad to hear that Coach E is back moving around again after a scary injury.
Yeah.
Tarpons get the interception. 5:46 to go. Does B.J. Young and South Lafourche have one last long drive here in them? This has been a defensive struggle throughout. One of the scores in the game has been a special teams score. Mack with trips to the right. Petrie in motion. Hand off to Dardar. Big hole. Driving across the 45. Golden Motors first down across midfield. Gain of 12.
Hand off up the middle, number 21. Gets up, moves across the 50-yard line.
Offensive line, again, Casey, they're getting a good push up front. They're moving that line of scrimmage.
And we have, the humidity break. With 5:36 to go, hydration timeout. Brian, let's keep it here. The Tarpons have some momentum after the turnover. Now can they go down the field and take the lead late?
Coach Babbitt talking to the head official. I'm not sure what he was upset about on the interception.
I know what he was upset about. After the interception, the Tarpon player did the first down signal that they got flagged for.
Okay.
But it was not in the face of a Gator player, which makes it, to me at least, a little bit different. But maybe I'm seeing it through blue-shaded lenses, as I'm sure the social media commentary will say after the game. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Mack in the gun, strong side of the field to the left. Hand off to Dardar, picking through the line, not much. Good open field tackle that time by the Gators. That's number 11 for South Terrebonne, Jaheim Diggs. No gain.
Yeah, it's a good job by Diggs coming up, filling that hole. Plenty time.
Yep, 5-11 and counting in the fourth quarter of what has been a really good game. Trips to the right. Mack hands it to Dardar again. Driving near the 45. He got a little bit, didn't get a whole lot. It'll be 3rd and long. We have an injured Gator on the play. This injury timeout would be brought to you by Thibodeau Regional. That's number 0, Lincoln Dupre. They try. I think he's going to have to leave the game for a play because they whistled it dead, but he was not wanting to go off the field. Lincoln is one of Coach Mike Barber's baseball guys. He's tough as nails, and he was not wanting to go off the field. Clock will roll, 4:47 and counting. 3rd and 7 for the Tarps. They've got to get to the 38-yard line. Mag directing traffic. Hughes flanked out to the right. Petrie joining him there in the slot. There's the snap. Play action. He rolls out. Looking to the sideline. Incomplete. It was intended for Hughes. But just some pressure got to him, and let's see what the Tarpons do here.
Maybe you got to punt the ball here.
Your defense is playing so well.
Punt the ball, get a 3 and out, then you could get the flip the field, maybe better field position.
Doesn't look like they're punting. It trips to the left. They come with a hard count. Nope, they're just straight snapping it. Mack shoots it down the middle. First down across the 35. He's still on his feet. They'll say he's down. That is Jarvis, who thought that he had gotten out of there unscathed. They'll say his knee hit the turf, but it is a Golden Motors first down and a Blue Boot bomb. The Riverboat Gambler, B.J. Young, dials one up and comes up with snake eyes. The Tarpons have a Golden Motors first down. 4:10 to go. Meathead in the backfield with Mack. Play clock down to 5. Inside handoff to Dardar. Falls across the 30. Still driving. Breaks out of the pile. Gets him down to the 17-yard line. I thought the play was over. Dardar kept his legs pumping, and he turns it into a Golden Motors first down. There's a flag on the sideline. B.J. Young is livid. Please tell me it didn't happen again, Brian. There's a flag out of bounds, and B.J. was right away tearing into one of his guys.
Coach Young's not happy.
We have, Tarpons are hoping this is offsetting. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on South Lafourche. My goodness. Like, at what point are you going to learn, man? This is what cost you the game last week. You get a big play, and then you give it all back. I don't know what happened, but boy, as soon as it happened, BJ was livid. So somebody said a magic word or did something that they weren't supposed to do. Same situation as the Gators earlier. They're going to get the first down. It's going to be 1st and 10. You lose all the yardage. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 33.
When it gets to the point, just take his butt out of the game.
Yeah.
If they continue doing it week in and week out.
Don't know the perpetrator there. I know BJ was very upset. I mean, he was right into his player as soon as it happened. But you're right, Brian. It is a theme. 1st and 10. They hand it to Dardar. Another big gain. This time he falls across the 30 to about the 27. Gain of about 5 or 6. It was actually Mack there on that play telling some of his guys, hey, enough. 3:23 and counting. The Tarpons are trying to get the go-ahead score late in regulation. 2nd and about a long 4. Play action. Mack steps up, looking to run. This one's coming back. He'll throw it to the sideline. It's incomplete, but this is going to be a hold on South Lafourche.
Now what you do here if you're the Gators? Got to push them back.
The Tarpons got to keep their composure. They got a lot of dudes flailing their arms. Like, relax, man. It's one play. This has become a little bit too emotional for the guys in blue. And I agree with you, by the way, Brian. I do think you got to walk it off, and that's exactly what they're doing. It'll be 2nd and about 16. Can you find one of those big completions? 3:05 to go. Mack in an empty set. Looks like a screen. It's deflected at the line and falls incomplete. They were trying to get it to Jarvis. Tarpons are fortunate that one didn't get intercepted. We've seen a couple of their screens get intercepted this season. Lewis on the deflection. 3:01 to go. You're kind of in no man's land. You'd like to get a little bit of it here to make it an easier 4th down. Or if BJ has something in his bag of tricks, you could just go ahead and get the first down here. 3rd and long. Trips to the right side of the field. Mack directed traffic play clock down to 3, 2, 1. They just got it off. Inside handoff to Dardar. Falls across the 35. And all that was there, Brian, was let's get a little closer play for 4th down. Which is not a bad idea. It'll bring up 4th and 11.
See if they run the clock down and call a timeout, possibly.
2:36 to go in the 4th quarter of a tie game, 15-15. The Tarpons are about to play a 4th and 11 from plus territory. They do not appear close to running a play. I think this will be a timeout. And there it is from BJ with 2:16 to go. We'll keep it here. We're too excited to go anywhere. Brian, where's this ball going on 4th and 11? win. Here, it's 15-15. The Tarpons are playing a 4th and 11. Mack in an empty set. Gets the snap, looking down the field. He's got a man wide open. Petrie at the 5. Touchdown, South Lafourche. I don't know how he gets open on that play, but my goodness, the Tarpons go for a fly. It's a blue boot bomb, 21-15, pinned in the try. Brian, how in the hell does one get wide open there on that play?
Possibly they snuck him just out on the field. They had the huddle on their sideline, and how did you lose Petrie?
He was running down the field unguarded. Now a huge extra point from Yair Torres here. The snap is there. The kick is up. It's low, and it never got over the crossbar. It's no good. Oh, boy. Adding a little drama. It's 21-15. Those guys in blue are just not going to make it easy on us at any point this year. 21-15 the score. The Gators got 2:09 to go, and they're 7 points away from breaking the Tarpons' hearts, but the Tarpon defense has played exceptionally well in the second half.
Tarpons go 11 plays, 60 yards.
First things first, Brian, you got to defend this kick.
Well, I tell you what, you can't. Petrie was wide. There was nobody within 15, 20 yards of him.
Still a little shell shock there. How that guy in that spot could get that open. That had to be a miscommunication or a coverage bust. But the Tarpons are not home free yet. There's still 2:09 to go on the clock, and the Gators have some explosive playmakers too. That missed extra point could loom large. Torres with the ball on the tee. Your kick coverage has been pretty good tonight. You need it to be good one more time. This kick is going to be brought to you by PMC Insurance. Yair kicks it away. It's going to bounce and take a Tarpon bounce. The Gators are going to pick it up near the 25. Oh, a shoestring tackle made on Smith by Dewey at the 38-yard line. Brian, if that tackle was not made, guess what? They would have house called that one. My goodness. Oh, rest. Johnny on the spot there.
Yeah, the ball kind of bounced, and it seemed like everyone just slowed down.
Yeah, the Tarpons kind of got out of their lanes trying to go for the loose ball. You figure the Gators are going to have to be more inclined to put it in the air here. 1st and 10, 2:04 to go. Blanchard shoots it down the middle. It's caught near midfield, working up the field, tackled at the 43-yard line. That's Gutierrez, and just like that, South Terrebonne is in good position. The clock will stop for the chains to reset. It'll start momentarily. There it goes, 1:53 and counting. Trips to the left. Blanchard under pressure. He's hit. He's dropped. Meathead drops him. Coach Babin will call a timeout right away at the 47-yard line. The Tarpons sent Meathead on a blitz, and he got home. With 1:31 to go, that tackle for a loss brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation.
The good thing here, good and bad, I guess, if you're a Tarpons fan, you stuffed the run the entire second half. Now you know the Gators are not going to run the football. The bad thing is for the Tarpons, several times they got behind our defense.
They haven't had the timing except on the one touchdown down here in the first half, but they have gotten behind you.
Now, you know, I would put my best player, flank him out, and I would go max protection and send one guy on a route, get behind him. But the Tarpons are going to give a little cushion.
It is 2nd and a ton after the sack. Blanchard, play action. Rolling out to the right, shoots it to the sideline. It's caught. Good tackle by Shepard. It is a nice gain, gets it to the 38, but it is short of the first down. I said Shepard, I meant Edwards. My apologies.
Nice design by the Gators. Rolled the quarterback out. Gave him extra time to throw a ball. Big third down play here.
Yep, 3rd and about 7. 1:09 to go. Trips to the left. Blanchard shoots it down the middle. Intercepted!
6.
The Tarpons are going to hustle it down the field. Petrie, 20, 15, 10, 5. Good night. South Lafourche is looking real good to get their first win of the season now. And boy, I think, Brian, we have our Gin Gator power player of the game now. A late flag comes in. The Tarpons got a bunch of helmets off and different things like that. You don't want to see that, but you understand under the circumstances. Petrie intercepts it for the second time in the game, and it's a house call with 52 seconds to go. Man, oh man, oh man. I think Coach Babin would probably take this, what'd you say, on the kickoff? Or would you take it on the 2-point conversion? You got to score 2 touchdowns either way. I would want better field position for my offense. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. Terrence is showed why. He is an all-district first-team player, probably an all-state player. He's had a big game on defense today with the Gators taking him away on offense. And there, he just had a house call that made it 27-15, pending the 2-point try. With 52 seconds to go. Not over yet, but the Tarpons are certainly feeling real good about it. Mack with Dardar from the 3-yard line. Man in motion is Petrie. They'll throw a little slant wide open. That's Pierce. And now it's going to take 15 points to beat you. It's 29-15 South Lafourche. Brian, this is a Tarpon team that is 0-3, was behind 15-8 at half. And it's almost like they just drew a line in the sand at halftime and just said no more. And this is far and away the best half of football that they have played all season.
Oh, look, by far their defense came to play in that second half. They completely, after the first 2 plays of the second half, they completely shut down the run for the Gators. And look, give the Gators credit right here at the end. They tried to make a little comeback, but Terrence Pete, Johnny on the spot once again.
And look, the receiver was open. The pass was just a little overthrown. Terrence was there behind the coverage, and he was slid right under there. You're going to have to kick it off from the 25 after the penalty. The 2-point conversion really makes you feel pretty good about things. St. James has defeated Ponchatoula 35-13 tonight, thanks to Coach Rod for that update.
So right here is pretty simple. The Gators have to just take this one back.
Yeah, you've got to get outstanding field position after this kick.
Yeah, Tarpon, just stay in your lanes.
I would almost just kick it out of bounds, to be honest with you. You give it to me with the 40, 45, I'd be okay with that. Yair's going to do a little pooch kick, and they'll just fall on it at midfield. I'm okay with that if I'm a Tarpon fan. Make their offense make it happen. You want to give it up on special teams. 48 seconds. I know they've used at least 2 timeouts. How about Coach Worm? Boy, his defense has been well prepared tonight.
Yeah, you got to give them credit. Look, they came in the second half and just took it to the Gators, and offense was on the field. Offense did their job also tonight.
It's not over yet. 48 seconds to go. The Gators at midfield, but they're running out of time. Blanchard, under pressure, throws it as far as he can. They're behind the defense. Gutierrez catches it, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 13-yard line. 38 seconds to go. Don't write this one off just yet. I don't know how that happens right there. They just ran right by you. Are they saying he got out of bounds, or are they saying he didn't? If he didn't, they're going to have to hurry up. Blanchard shoots it to the sideline. That's incomplete. Off the fingertips of the receiver now, 32 seconds to go. That's Pierce who was in coverage over in the back pylon. That's number 5 for the Gators. Is a little slow getting up, I believe, or maybe that's number 9. Pinell, my apologies. Pinell better get in the huddle. I mean, he's just walking back. The play clock's down to 10. I don't know that they have a timeout to take. I mean, play clock's down to 5, 4.
He just needs.
Play clock's down to 0. I think that they're going to reset it. I think they're going to say he was injured and they're going to reset it. Yeah. And that's probably the right thing to do. He was shaken up. 32 seconds to go. Blanchard rolls out to the right. Looking to maybe run. He'll shoot it to the sideline, incomplete. The only person there was a Tarpon. That was Pierce again. 26 seconds on the clock. It'll be 3rd and 10. These games fly by. It was like a 50-minute first half, and then they just refused to end. These final 26 seconds have felt like an eternity. 3rd and 10. Blanchard, under pressure, shoots it down the middle, and it's incomplete. Rest nearly intercepted it, but that's okay too. But did Meathead rough the quarterback? He got a hit on him. There's a flag. It's a personal foul roughing the passer, so that's going to extend the drive with 21 seconds to go. The Gators still need to score, recover a kick, and complete a Hail Mary. They still need a lot to happen, but boy, it would have been 4th and 10. Now it's 1st down and probably goal. From the 7. "21 seconds to go. Blanchard, straight drop, shoots it to the sideline. Gutierrez got it. Boy, he's going to be tackled in bounds. And the clock is going to run. I don't know that they have any timeouts. And the Gators in a world of hurt now. It'll stop momentarily for the 1st down, but with 13 seconds to go, and they're not on the ball, the clock starts now. Yeah, they're done. They're in big trouble. 8, 7, 6, timeout by Aaron Babin with 9 seconds to go. You just wonder why they wouldn't have called that one right after the completion with the ball at the 2-yard line. Brian, we have seen a good ball game tonight. A ball game that is lingering near the 10 o'clock hour, but the Tarpons are 9 seconds away from maybe getting a win here.
Maybe.
I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't count my chickens until they're hatched. Do they dare run the football here? If you get stopped, the game's over. Blanchard will throw it to the sideline. It's going to be caught for a touchdown by Gutierrez with 5 seconds to go. And they're still grappling for the football down there. At some point, someone's going to have to let go. It is 29-21. So South Terrebonne's going to have to make this kick. They're going to have to recover an onside kick. And they're going to have to complete a Hail Mary. Crazier things have happened.
I don't think they have time for an onside kick. It's going to have to take more than 5 seconds.
They closed the gate up. Gutierrez will attempt to try. Whew, the Tarpons nearly blocked it. It is good. 29-22. Luke, I apologize. We've not taken a whole lot of fourth quarter commercial breaks. We just didn't want to miss any of the action. Some of these timeout calls have been a little bit inconsistent. We wanted to make sure that we stayed with it. 5 seconds to go. It's 29-22. If the Tarpons recover the kick, it's all she wrote. If the Gators take a little while recovering the kick, it's all she wrote. The hands team will consist of Jarvis and Petrie. Hughes will be back deep as the safety in case they do try to kick it deep.
And you know when the interception return for the touchdown?
Sir?
If they fall down, we in the truck
game's
right
over.
now.
Yeah. Yep. Gutierrez with the hands team out there. Where's he going to place this ball? It is going to be an onside kick. That touched a Gator player before it went 10 yards and it goes out of bounds. So that should just about do it. No time went off the clock. The ball went out of bounds. BJ Young is out on the field getting his guys off of the Gator sideline. Looks like Terrence is a little shaken up. I don't think it's any secret to anybody listening. He's going to be our power player of the game after in our post game. We await the penalty ruling. I think it should be 2 fouls on the Gators. The ball touched the Gator before it went 10 yards, and then it went out of bounds. So it doesn't really matter from South Lafourche's perspective. Either one will result in the same thing, which is possession. Yeah, there's the signal. First down, Tarpons. Illegal touching. And that'll do it. And that's spot on. They're right where the ball was touched at the 47-yard line. So good call by the officials. One kneel down away from a 1-3, which sounds a whole lot better than 0-4 for South Lafourche. Mac will
What are we doing?
get the whistle, and South Lafourche has got their first win of the year. Our final score from Berg, South Lafourche 29, South Terrebonne 22. Congratulations really to both teams on a well-played game. This was a good football game, but the Tarpons make some plays in the second half and find a way to get a win. Let's go ahead and take a 2-minute break. When we get back, our post-game show with the Tarpons getting their first win here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.